From that point, I have been a Drac lover.
Good evening, everyone. Actual Dracula here, with the one and only Comic Journey.
Good
DJ, how
evening.
you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Good
You know,
evening.
say hello to Kool-Aid
Hello, Mr. Kool-Aid Man
and Punchy.
and Punchy. Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
I
Can't
brought the whole
forget
gang over.
Punchy. Yeah, and
Yeah.
and they got a new friend. It looks like, it's like
Well,
Spawn.
Yeah,
Spawny guy.
well, we got like a nice little picture of Spawn, a little drawing of Spawn in honor of the theme for tonight.
That's right. Tonight we are going to be taking a look at some Spawn, that's for sure. So, guys, if you haven't seen it before, this is Blood and Ink Out. Still fairly new show. What is this, episode 5? And this is my art show, basically.
Wait, hold on a second. Are we going to describe for about a half an hour about what we're going to do and actually not do it?
No,
Are you sure?
It'll take me about 5 seconds, which is that this show isn't just me making art. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's just talking about art or looking at other people's art or whatever we feel like doing.
Well, today
And
we're criticizing,
so,
right?
yeah, or yeah, it could be criticizing. Absolutely.
Critique.
Art critique. Yep. And as you may or may not know, in it was a couple months ago, Todd McFarlane put this contest together, the Spawnuary Spawn Challenge. And basically it was your opportunity, an artist's opportunity to submit their artwork, which would then potentially be published as a Spawn cover if their piece was picked. I participated in it. I submitted a few pieces. Sadly, did not win. But that's okay because there was thousands of entries. I have no idea how many, but it was a lot. So competition was pretty stiff.
Did you send the Todd Meister a letter telling him about your feelings about not winning?
I did not. No.
Because he likes that.
I doubt very much he would read it.
Well, if you soaked it in blood, I'm sure he would get some attention to it.
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah.
See, that's why I'm here, to give you ideas.
That is a good idea. I'll take it into consideration. Though, to be honest, I wasn't really expecting to win because of, especially once I saw how many entries were coming in and the level of talent that there was. I just had to, I just enjoyed doing them.
Dude, do you feel that it was wrong, though, the level of talent that they had in there? Because there was fucking professionals that were submitting in there.
Yeah, there were some.
Like full-blown, like that do like common work on books.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought it was meant for amateurs.
It was open to anyone, right? So I guess if a professional wanted to do a Spawn cover and take part in it, why not?
It's kind of horseshit.
Yeah, I mean, so the list of winners were announced yesterday, and yeah, so I didn't see like any huge names like Alex Ross or somebody on there, but I think there were a couple, definitely professionals in the sense that they've been working in the industry for some time. Though I will say the majority of them appear to be names I was not, really familiar with before. So that's good. I think that, a lot of these people are going to get exposure, and I think a lot of cases well deserved, because some really talented artists here.
Yeah, there was some good stuff.
Yeah, so we're going to be looking at the winning submissions, and we may, I believe we may have to discuss one of them in particular, which we'll talk about that when we get to it. But first, we have to say hello to Las Cruces, all the way from New Mexico.
Are we doing that? The hello thing?
We got to do it, unfortunately. There's me telling everyone I'm running late. That's about that. There's you, CJ.
What the fuck?
We got Brian. Good evening, Brian. And Naman, Mr. Worm, DJ Lynx. Good to see you. DJ is in the house. As is Durs. I'm just here to give props to CJ over the spawn card.
What the fuck?
I know Durs is not here for any drama. I don't expect any drama unless Naman's causing some in the chat. Comic Cap Collectibles, hello, and good to see you, and Bleaker as well. All right, Bleak, I didn't win. No. That's right. Down with McFarlane.
There's not supposed to be any drama. That's why you brought me over.
That's right. Yeah.
To give an even killer. I did not participate in this competition. So I'm Switzerland. I'm neutral.
Okay.
I can give an unbiased opinion because I didn't compete in it. You might be tampered. You might be a little biased.
That's
so I'm
true.
here to balance you out a little bit. We'll see.
Well, I never do. I never really do any videos, any sort of reactionary videos, or even videos talking about things happening in the community or the industry. But so if there's any drama, it won't be coming from me, I don't think. Need one of those. He needs one of those for Heroes Con, CJ. Hello, John. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, so maybe we'll just get right into the winners, right? So
do you have a drum roll?
Unless you have any other thoughts on
you have
this.
A drum roll? Are we gonna analyze the machines versus the men on this competition?
I suppose we could, yeah.
Because I did notice some machine men in this competition.
Some machine men. Like some digital art, you mean?
Well, kind of digital art. Would you consider digital art that's created purely digitally without the help of a human being? Or
no, that is made by a person. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm just looking to see if I have a drum roll.
Should I do the?
You could do that. Oh, you know what? I do have a drum roll. Here we go.
So I can't really think of one that I really hate. I'm sure there is one that I really enjoy. I really can't. I'm just an overly positive person. I really don't know if we can Okay, it was red. Was Firestorm. I'm also a big Firestorm fan. But what attracted me to that was the story was okay. Like I don't remember being like, this is the greatest thing I've ever read. I think it's 78. Firestorm #1. I'm gonna go with Wonder Woman. I wouldn't care to see Wonder Woman take a poo. That might be a fantasy. For the people out there who like things like that, different things. Maybe Wonder Woman if you're into the ladies. Her taking a poo.
Smash, smash, smash.
All right, there's the drum roll you requested.
Well, thank you.
I went on that long, but
Smash.
Papa has joined us as well. Hi, Papa.
What the fuck?
Well, what's up? Brandon is here, and yeah, they really like that drum. Okay, so this is what we're talking about here. The Spawnuary 2024 winners. Here's the list of winners.
You see what he did there? Spawnuary.
Spawnuary, yes, because it took place in January.
Not January. Spawnuary.
Broken up into 4 weeks. So week 1 was Spawn. Week 2 is Gunslinger Spawn. Week 3 was Scorched. Week 4 was Villain. Now this last one, I don't know. There was a couple, I think, submissions that won here that I don't know if they really qualified as Villain because they were basically just Spawn. But you know what? Frankly, it doesn't really bother me. I think if they picked the best pieces, what they thought were the best pieces, then it is what it is.
Is Vaughn
Evening
Spawnuary
Frog
a good guy?
Yeah, and that's it. Is he? I don't know.
Oh, he's a freaking devil.
It is. This is Live-uary K-pop. So let's just go into the first winner here, who is Alina Bartolini, Ollie Bartolini on Instagram. So this is our first winner for week 1 Spawn. And
is it Ali or Ali?
Alina, Ollie Bartolini on IG. And I gotta say, I like this. I like the concept. I thought it was well executed. It's really all about the cape, which is such a huge part of Spawn. Yeah, overall, I just like the.
I just thought this was a clever design.
Yeah, exactly. The composition is good. The way the cape is flowing, down the middle towards Spawn. Yeah, I like it. What do you think, CJ?
I think it's super clever. I think that there was a lot, as simple as it looks, there was a lot of thought to it while putting it together. I like the fact that he went with a design like this over some. There was some other ones that didn't make it that were really, really over the top, detailed, really nicely detailed, and it showed a lot of good artwork. But I think that creativity plays a role as well, not only the talent. So I kind of like that he chose a piece like this to be included, because it gives an opening to people that have a mind for graphic design and layout.
Yeah,
to have a platform to be able to submit their work.
Yeah, and I would say we'll see. Like, out of all the submissions, this is probably the most stark. It has the most negative space. Like it's like 75% black, this cover, which I like.
It works super. Like, people that want 9/8 on it are not going to love it, but
yeah,
it works super, super well. I like the way they laid it out to be able to have the headdress perfectly aligned with it. Like, I could picture a nice green headdress, like the lime green, matching the eyes headdress on there.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good cover that could pop both as a virgin and as a headdress type of copy.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of a classic Spawn pose there. K-pop says it's been done before, so K-pop
Oh,
coming
absolutely.
right in with the harsh criticism.
Well,
But
yeah,
you know, you're not wrong, Katie. Like it's not the most original, I guess, idea for a Spawn cover, but I do
I
think it
don't
was
think it's
well
been
done.
original, but there's
Uh,
nothing original. Come on, let's be honest. Like, is there
yeah,
really something original that's never been done? But I think out of all
this isn't groundbreaking either. It's
no,
just
but I think as far as all the submissions that they received, this one stuck out a little bit because everybody went a certain direction with their artwork when they
yeah.
were doing the Spawn stuff, and this one just decided to go very minimal on there.
Hmm.
The
Yeah.
only critique I have is I would have liked to see Spawn a little larger
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he might be a little too small, have some way
or
to have a
closer up
bit more
or
contrast there.
a
Yeah.
little bit bigger. I would have liked to see like that silhouette just come out a little bit more.
Hmm. Yeah, and with all the black, I think the cape probably could have been little bit brighter red, possibly. I don't know. That's just my
I don't think it's deserving of like being a number one spot. If they chose only one, I don't think it's
yeah.
deserving to be a number one.
No, it's not my top pick.
But I like the fact that he included something like this to show range in the artwork that he likes. If he actually
Yeah.
was the one that actually picked them out.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine because there were so many entries, he had, some of his people go through everything. I'm sure he probably signed off on all the winners, though. You know,
Yeah, but I'm
uh,
sure there's a lot of stuff that got lost in the shuffle that he didn't get a chance to take a look at or
that's possible too.
think about how much stuff was buried. Must there have been that he never even caught wind of.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Okay. Well, let's move on
solid
to
submission.
to the next one. Yeah, this one from Shane Connery, Volk, Art of SCV on IG. Now, I'll just say right off the bat, I think out of all these submissions, I think I think this is my favorite. I think this is my if I had to pick I know there's lots more to go. This is just our second cover, but going through all these, if I had to pick just one, I think it's this one right here. Um After we go through them all, I'll go through them quickly, but I'm pretty sure this is my top pick was Shane Vokes. It's just to me, it's a perfect Spawn cover. It's got everything I want, and his style's incredible. It's unique, with that crazy like crown, all the skulls, the chains are really well done. I love everything about this
Yeah,
cover.
but shouldn't that have been for the King Spawn cover, not the regular Spawn cover?
I think they're probably counting King Spawn as as well.
What the fuck?
I guess I don't know.
I don't know.
He's still Spawn. Spawn. It's just Spawn with a crown. So
It's a really really striking image, like super striking. I'm digging it. I like it a lot. I only have one big issue with it. There's no color.
yeah, I mean this.
I would have liked to see some color in there.
Yeah, it would be cool to see this colored. Absolutely.
Doesn't even have to be like fully colored. You could add some highlights. You could actually leave it very black and white with some very faint colors added to it. But I don't like the fact that it's inked. It's just an inked submission. Other people went all the way by going pencils, inks, and colors. This is, I feel like a halfway project.
Well, for me, it works as an inked piece.
Super stunning as
So
an inked piece.
it is, yeah. Um, and so Shane Volk, I wasn't familiar. I had seen this piece. I'd come across it when he originally submitted it, but I wasn't familiar with him before. Really great artist. He just did a really cool Nottingham cover, actually. And this, yeah, I just love this. Like I said, I think it's my favorite of all the winning pieces.
I'll be honest with you. I am agreeing with you on how beautiful the piece is, how well done it is, but I would knock it out just because of no color. If I was a person taking in submissions,
Yeah.
if you gave me an incomplete piece, I would knock it out just because it's incomplete. And maybe I'll come back to the artist later on down the line and say, listen, I really liked your work. I'd like to see a finished piece of yours, maybe for a future project, but I would not give them the one of the nods as far as the winners on there. Just
Right.
because there's other people that put a lot more work into it to finish and give a fully rendered piece.
I mean, in the guidelines, they stated your piece did not have to be colored. It could just be inks. And I did see lots of submissions that were just ink.
Yeah, but you know what the
Yeah.
thing is? Eventually they're going to want to color it, right?
Yeah, if it's going to be a cover, for
I would
sure.
like to see what the final colored piece will look like. And if that's this thing could look completely different colored and not work.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Some spots are random that can use more black just because the character lines get lost with all of the detail. Yeah, I guess I could see that.
She's right about that.
Yeah. I don't know.
That-
I honestly don't
that's
have
why
anything bad to say about this piece. I absolutely
you
love
haven't
it.
heard one piece of bad criticism on this piece.
Yeah.
The criticism comes that it's not finished.
And Evan says, I agree with actual Dracula. Sometimes leaving it color is a creative choice. Yeah.
Yes, but not for a cover.
Hey, you got to understand some I don't know about this guy. I think he does color his own stuff sometimes, but not every artist does, especially if someone's primarily an inker. They may never color their own pieces.
Then what they should have done, and this is what I would have done, if I felt very weak in my colors, I would have given a inked version like this and a colored version simultaneously.
Yeah, there was a lot of people who did that. There's a lot of artists who got someone else to color their piece for them. And that was
It just
totally
shows the
okay.
effort. It shows the extra, you know.
This
so many
is
people
true.
added so much work. Think about it, Jack. So many people put so much work into submitting this stuff. You want to reward the people that went all the way on it.
Right. This is a good point, is that if it is picked as a cover, they may, they may recolor. They may take a winning piece and completely recolor it. Who knows?
Oh yeah.
No need to color. Saying incomplete is an overstatement. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Might be 80% changed by the time Todd gets to it.
I don't see how that's an overstatement when you're looking at the competition. If the majority of work was black and white that was in there, I would understand that as being an overstatement. But
yeah,
it's not the case though.
And there are lots of black and white covers. They'd typically be variants, though, right? So
correct. You'd have the black and white variant cover.
Yeah.
So I would have loved to see the guy at least take an attempt, even if it was a crude job as far as coloring. Submit them together. Say, listen, I'm not. And I would have put a note. I'm not a colorist, but here's my attempt.
Yeah. I know. I actually would love to see this colored. You've kind of convinced me, but I love the whole
very
piece
subtle
overall. I love the composition so much. The pose, everything about his inking is fantastic.
I would actually go very light on the colors. I would not go very deep in there. I would put them. I might even like the way I look at it. I might just go in highlights, like highlight ends of the skulls, highlight just parts of the cape, just like very like subtle like colors. Like you ever see those black, white, and red books?
Yeah.
Well,
I like that.
picture this: black, white, red, and lime green. I could see that working well on an image like this.
Yeah, absolutely. Brandon also saying beautiful art could work as a black and white cover, but like Katie said, it would need more black to set the lines apart more. Um, Black and white makes sense for Spawn. Yeah.
It does. I just feel that it's a competition, and you really need to really need to bring it the full effort on something like this.
Yeah.
The winners here
Yeah.
have a big opportunity right now
Hmm.
to be put on a Spawn book. That's a big fucking deal. And not an exclusive, doing it for a store exclusive or some kind of, you know, retailer exclusive kind of thing. This is a straight ABC cover that it's going to go on to. That's a big deal for somebody that's never been published or somebody that wants to get their break in the business. I don't know. I I would have liked to see a little bit more. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, fair enough. And aggressively, if you're looking for talking shit about kindergartners, you've come to the right place. Um, Naman loves black and white photography. Yes. Yeah. Papa says he'd rather see color. You can't make out what the fuck it is. Yeah, no, I mean the color would absolutely help
Well, that's another thing.
break up some of these shapes for sure.
He's right about that. At first glance, I had to like really focus on it to see what I'm looking at. Right, like other than the skulls in the front,
Yeah.
like I had a hard time focusing on it without like looking carefully at it.
I mean, yeah, it's hard. I struggle with the exact same thing with my art. So, I think you did an incredible job.
It's
Um,
beautiful.
yeah, let's move on to the next one. I
What am
think.
I, a tough critic? Is that what they're trying to tell me?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I believe in excellence. How's that, Todd? You listening?
There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Todd, if you need somebody to scout your work for people and
Mhm.
and get rid of all the crap before it comes to your desk, give me a call.
All right, so Shane Connery vote, congrats. Man, his name is awfully close to being Sean Connery. What is up, Ozzy? Good to see you.
He drew the spawn.
All right, so there. Anyways, I'm gonna look through all these again, but I think right now this is my contender for my top pick still, even though it's not
My
color.
spawn is your number one contender.
Now this is another great one. Edward Delandre. There's Edward Delandre on Instagram as well.
You can tell this guy is super influenced by Frank Miller.
Yeah, and actually, if you look at some of his other artwork, definitely see some other influences in there. He actually did a really cool clown piece. I would have preferred they picked the clown cover he did because that was really good. This is very cool too, though. Again, this is like it's all about the cape here, and I'm good with that cape and the chains.
And it's definitely a different way of drawing the cape, where usually it's more curvy and flowing. This is very sharp and angular.
It is, yeah, and I like that. Both of you are being far nicer than I thought you'd be. Why wouldn't you think I'd be nice? I mean, CJ,
We just started.
yeah, we're just getting started. I mean, I have very little negative to say about really any of these winning pieces, but
Well, this one I wouldn't have picked.
see, I like it, but I would have preferred his clown cover.
I'll tell you why I wouldn't have picked. This doesn't scream Spawn to me.
No,
This screams
it's
1990s manga, Trigon, Cowboy Bebop type of art style to me.
it's definitely very yeah, it's not very Spawn. And I mean, plus, I mean, how many white Spawn covers have you seen? I don't think there's been very many.
Well, it's not truly. I actually like the effect that he did in the background. It almost feels like wallpaper, to be quite honest with you, the way that he did it.
Yeah, it's a lot of
But
texture there.
I you know what it is? When I look at something
Hmm.
and I feel that I can personally easily draw something like that, I don't find it to be noteworthy.
Okay.
And
Okay.
something like this, anybody that has somewhat of a trained eye and is somewhat comfortable drawing can easily do. This is not a hard, but it's cool as fuck. It's a cool effect. Don't get me wrong, but it's not hard to do because pencils, 1, 2, 3, you get done this. I think this was colored digitally as well. So to get those effects with on using a digital program, it's not hard. It's not hard at all.
Hmm. Well, actually, so if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is actually painted.
That actually
Traditional.
adds some value to it. If it's actually painted, it makes
I'm
it.
pretty sure it was. Yeah. Um, and I do. Yeah. I mean, I like. I kind of understand what you're saying. It's. There's nothing overly complex or complicated
It's not
here,
Spawn.
but it's not. It shouldn't be. It's just a nice kind of
It just
simple
doesn't feel like
image.
Spawn to me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He wants people to, as a creator, Todd takes a lot of pride in his creations, right?
Hmm.
I would think he would want it to be shown at its best. I don't feel that this is the best way of presenting Spawn. It's cool. It's very cool.
Yeah.
uh, very 300-ish, Frank Miller 300-ish type of style, very Ronin style. You know what I'm saying? Not
Yeah.
very, not very Spawn style.
That's true. Um. Oh, Papa. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to be on here all night. Maybe like an hour at most, I think. Um, and Katie says, I dig it. It's weird. I like the colors and the sharp edges. Yeah, I like the sharp edges too. What did Brandon say? The more I look at it, the more I like the unique manga scattershot design of the cape in the cover, like the clown cover from last week. Yeah, could be gouache. That's true.
That's a requirement I have though. As I'm looking at these
Mhm.
pieces, like it's got to scream Spawn to me.
Yeah. Hello,
Cool as
Kenneth.
fuck piece. This
Indeed.
piece is cool as
Yeah,
fuck. Don't get me
it
wrong.
is.
The guy did a bang
Yeah.
up job. It just doesn't feel like Spawn to me.
Yeah, like Brandon said, definitely has more of a manga feel to it than
You know what he could have
Spawn.
done to make it feel to make it feel a little bit more like Spawn? He could have put a little bit of that crackle electricity coming from the eyes
Yeah.
or something along those lines. Just to like look at it from a distance. Does that look like Spawn from a distance?
Yeah, I mean,
It's
no,
not identifiable as Spawn.
no. What makes it most identifiable is his boot right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can't even tell the chains from a distance. They're too close in color to the cape.
They are very similar. Yeah. Overall, it's kind of aside from the white background, it's
I would have
he's
made the eyes
there's not much
glow.
variation in like the hue. Even the value shifts are not, there's not a lot of contrast. It's
There
kind
should
of
be something like that makes it pop as Spawn. Other than the
Mhm.
other than the top of the sheet that says Spawn on there, there's nothing that screams Spawn unless you take a closer look at it. You know, you should be able to identify a cover from 10 feet away when you're looking at it.
Yeah, for sure. Ozzy says it looks like Spawn, head spikes, and chain. I like it. See, now actually, this is the kind of cover that would stand out to me, though not necessarily like as a Spawn cover, but I would pick that up if I saw it, even not knowing what it was.
Yeah, you say this is cool as fuck. I don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck it is.
Yeah. The average person that knows Spawn would not distinguish it as Spawn. Yeah, right.
And that's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that is a good point. I like this cover too. Yeah, it's I don't know. Yeah, not my favorite compared to the last one, but it is a cool cover.
My piece is still better than this.
Yes. Let's see what next. All right, next up we got Martin Arietta. It's art by Martin on IG. Yeah, this is definitely more of
I
a
hate it.
Spawn cover, I'd say. Now, Martin just did the inks here and someone else colored it for him. So that's why I
I
showed
do
both.
not like it at all. Do not, and I like that style usually. That's like very like Beasley-ish type of style. That kind of. I don't like it.
a little bit, yeah.
I don't. He's too bulky. I don't know. I don't like it. I just don't like it. It's a poser shot. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like this is like a easy rendition to like the easiest thing to do for a cover is make a pose, and that's all he's doing. It's a pose.
Brandon says it's good, but the past three on a different level than this one. Yeah, I agree.
It just doesn't feel like it belongs.
It doesn't resonate with me too over the top. Spawn's physique is much slimmer. Right. Yeah, see, for me, there's things I like about this. I don't mind. Actually, my favorite thing about this is just Spawn and although maybe, maybe he's a little too bulky. I still think it looks cool.
And they are right.
But
A little venomous.
I would just say compared to a lot of the other submissions, I'm a little surprised this one was picked just because there's I don't know. They had an impossible task picking winners to begin with. So I do like this.
And there's something odd about how the arms, the musculature on the arms and the are something odd about the way it looks. It's something that's not anatomically right to me.
Katie says
And it
that
doesn't
arm
have
is
to be.
bugging me sticking out of his knee. Huh. Looks like venom I spawn.
You know, the more I look at it, the more like it bothers me. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Like, listen, if somebody like if we're all sitting there bullshitting, drawing and stuff like that, somebody comes up with something that's cool as fuck. Not as a submission for a cover. I would not be impressed to see that as a cover.
Yeah, I mean, I
Very
think kind of
indie.
like what Brandon said. I don't know that I agree. I don't think this is bad, but I don't think it's on the same level as these other submissions.
Listen, the truth be said, I don't think any of these pieces that are on the list that we're looking at are going to be horrible pieces. They're all going to be unique and nice in their own way. But I'm being critical right now based on what the competition is supposed to be. This is supposed to be a Spawn cover, and it's supposed to beat out everybody else's artwork. And that this for me does not scream like totally awesome, compared to everybody else's stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And the thing is, the thing that bothers me the most is the posing. It's a complete poser cover. Like you guys got split legs. He doesn't even have nuts. Look, he has no bulge between his legs. You know, like it's a poser cover. He looks like he's like he hasn't shit in a fucking week because he's constipated. It's just cool work. I would love to see him work on some kind of barbarian kind of art and stuff like that. That would be cool to see that. I just don't like it on the Spawn. Great for indie art though, like the underground indie kind of artwork covers and stuff like that. This style is really cool. Not for Spawn, in my opinion. And the cape,
I actually think
with the cape too.
I like how he draws, but it just doesn't work as much for me.
I could see this guy doing a boobalicious babe on like a heavy metal cover with a barbarian holding her or something like that with like sci-fi and flames. I don't know, like something like that. That'd be cool. I don't know.
So Katie said it actually looks better in black and white. And
She's
then
right.
Evan said I was gonna say that, but didn't want to hear CJ's nonsense.
Well, they're not wrong though. The black and white does look better. But I don't. But see, that's okay because they could look at that black and white and they could say, you know what, you submitted both. And if Todd looks at that and says, you know what, I like it, I think I could make it really pop with my coloring or have my colorist to do it. Maybe they could make that look so much better, and maybe I'll have a different opinion on the finished piece. My critique is purely on the finished piece right now. But this is what I was talking about before, as far as if you wanted to go with the inks and show your ink work, at least give a submission with a colored version too, just to show them that you went all the way. Like I give this guy a lot more credit than the guy that Sean Connery over there that you like, because the fact that he went that extra step and submitted a color copy. I give this guy more credit than the other guy because of that reason. Even though Sean Connery has a much more stunning image.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. All right, so this is, I think, the last one of week 1, Spawn. So we got Spawn by Kevin Tolibau. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Tolibau. I think this is just really cool.
This is the most Spawn
we've
seen out of these first submission. This screams Spawn.
It does. Yeah.
This was made for a cover. Like you look at this and you're like, this belongs on a cover in between all his issues and monthly releases. This belongs on one of those covers.
Yeah, 100%. Couldn't agree more. It's classic Spawn imagery. Yeah, it's just sitting on top of a pile of skulls. You got all the Spawn stuff happening there. This one is a digital painting, and it just looks really good. Really awesome composition with the chains. How he has the chains and cape flowing looks really good.
He definitely hit the topic right on the head. Like he did. This guy got the right memo and said, you know what, I need to create a Spawn cover. This is what it's supposed to look like. He did it.
Yeah, Ozzy, I agree. This one is great. Katie says she likes it, but it's so typical Spawn. I don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, yes, Spawn covers tend to repeat themselves a lot, but I think they just like to put, they're just advertising what the book is, and it's Spawn, and what better way to do that than to put Spawn on the cover?
It does.
Nemesis screams previous
consistent.
issue.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's consistent with the type of stuff they put out. And there's nothing wrong with that. You like, this guy might not get anything out of this particular cover, but he might actually get work down the line from him because look at that. It's consistent with the rest of his work. That hits the narrative really, really well. I
Yeah.
think it's really good. And here's another thing: this guy's posing, right? This is a poser cover, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's dynamic, though. It's a dynamic posing cover
It is. Yeah.
compared to the
Yeah.
previous
It's
guy,
really
the
good.
constipated guy. This guy is all dynamic. Winds in the air. The cape is flowing all over the place. Really hard to say. The only bad thing the only thing that I could really criticize on this is you see how the head and the body join.
Okay.
It gets a little muddied over there.
Maybe a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think there was an issue with the coloring over there.
that. Yeah.
Some highlights
Brandon
needed
says
to be added.
it might not be my favorite piece of the 5, but definitely best for a Spawn cover. Yeah, I think you might be right. What is up, Jay Ryan? The AI cover. We have not got to that one yet. If it is indeed AI, and look who showed up, Mr. Street Side Anthony, the legend himself. Good to see you, Anthony.
Well, sorry, Sean Connery. This
And
one, a winner.
what's yeah, Cliff's just joined us as well. Yes. All right, so
It's not my
I
favorite
think this
artwork.
I think this one's a hit though. Aside from Katie saying it's too, too much like other Spawn
Which is
covers,
not a bad thing.
which I don't think it's a bad thing either. What's going on?
Not
Phil?
my
But yeah,
favorite one
I
of
got
all the pieces. As far as artwork and styles, like out of all the styles, it's not my favorite style. But it hits everything that was required with this cover, and I think it's the best of the lot so far.
I love it. Frog Brawler says I feel like it's sad as fuck that I look at fingers and toes before anything else when I look at art in 2024.
Thanks, life.
Yeah. All right. And so Katie's got something to say about that left thigh. All right.
Yeah,
I got nothing else to say about this. I just really like it.
she's right about the thigh. The same thing that goes on with the head. There's some issues with the coloring here. Some things get lost in translation with some of the coloring that he did, which can be fixed. Which, again, you got a nice piece like this. Submit the black and white one with it. They should do these things. Because a guy like McFarlane, the guys that work under him, could see what went wrong. And figure
Well,
it
I
out.
mean, assuming that they're going to use this as a cover, they may very well tweak it a bit.
Oh, this will definitely get touched up. Absolutely.
Phil's left thigh is overdone. Good to hear. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna move on to the next one. I think this one generally is a hit with everyone.
Isn't it beautiful the way they look on the sheet, on the 11x17 sheet?
Yeah,
fully colored like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So now we're on to week 2, which is Gunslinger Spawn, and this piece is by Aaron Felizmenio.
Now,
I don't know.
what is that an homage to? That's an homage to something.
Could be. Again, this is another. This is kind of a pose that's been done many, many times. Someone shooting 2 guns while falling.
I know I've seen that.
I
know
I've seen this.
Like that exact pose. I've seen it somewhere.
Yeah, I think everyone has seen it. I can't think of any covers in particular. Jay Ryan says it's pretty typical of digital painters that focus on the details in the center of the image and do everything super loose as it goes out to the edges of the image. Yeah, excellent point, because you're trying to draw the viewer's eyes towards what the focal point is of the painting.
There's that's a
Star-Lord for sure. I've definitely seen a Star-Lord.
Maybe Star-Lord, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what? I feel like
Punisher 200%. I've seen a Punisher cover like that. I think
I really, really feel like this is a great piece for a panel art, not for a cover.
Yeah, I mean,
I could see this as part of a sequential art that's happening. As part of like a narrative where he's like falling out a window and shooting back and whatever the case is. I don't know if I would like that as a cover.
Yeah, I mean, you might be right. It might work better like as a splash page or panel. It's still kind of cool though. The colors don't really do much for me. It's a bit too. It's just a little all pastel, and there's not. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the coloring. Doesn't really do it for
Well,
me.
here's the thing: if you're gonna go with those pastel-y kind of colors, those like softer colors, you better have a really dynamic image that's incorporated, or you go super simple. You go the Peach Momoko style, where it's super simple, soft and simple. He's got a lot of hard edges on a very soft palette, which sometimes
true.
doesn't. It's like, again, it would work beautifully for sequential panel art. Like I could see that as the interior of a book, like the whole book in those colors on the inside, but not on the cover.
It does have potential. Could be, as he says, it could be a silk cover. Yeah, it definitely could. Or maybe black and white.
And what exactly is going on with those like little flame things that are all twisted?
That I'm not too sure of. Is that supposed to be? Is that fire coming up at him, or?
And where's it going?
Or is that? Yeah, I don't know.
I think that was just added there to add some flair to the page, but they have no reason to be there.
So Brandon says definitely cool, but I think with those colors, like CJ said, it makes it feel more like a splash page. This type of colors for a Spawn cover might not be the best. I do agree with that. And yeah, it works as a pinup, but not
absolutely
cover vibes. Blacks need to pop more. Yeah, the whole thing is very muted for me, and that's why it doesn't work as well as a cover.
I mean, how cool
again, if they like pumped it up, the contrast, and then up the saturation on some of these colors, and
even in this palette, even in this palette, think about it. How cool would this look with this muted color palette on the interior of a Spawn with the black borders? Remember, like the old black borders of those, like they used to do the black borders on the inside pages instead of the white. You have that, and you have all the muted colors. It could look really, really well, but not for a cover. It's just and I get what he's doing with the flares to look stylized, and even the gun flames that are coming out of the gun, they're not proportionate, and they're not. There should be a little point that's like going in the same direction as he's falling. He needs to take a better look at perspective when laying out something like that, because the perspective is all wrong on a lot of different components of that piece.
It'd be the page of the week for a lot of people in their weekly poll reading. Yeah. I mean, it's really, it would be page of the week. I still think it could be a good cover.
Listen, it's cool, but not cover cool.
Naman says no matter, it's well done. I agree. It is still, it's I actually, just the drawing itself I like a lot. I like I do think it's
better than the constipated pose cover. It's definitely better than that one.
Yeah, I do like it more than that one. What's up, Kevin? Entropy's joined us as well.
It's not better than my cover, though.
All right, let's go to the next one. Now, this one, I'm not surprised at all this got picked. I think this is a phenomenal piece by Antonio Lucci. And there's Gunslinger just blasting the hell out of some creature there.
See, that is very, very me when
Yeah.
I'm looking at that cover. Like that is very much what I like a lot.
Mhm.
It can make a great cover. I think a little bit more saturation could work well on that. It's a little muted as well.
It is. I think it works definitely more than the last one.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not even considering the last. The last one's out of contention. That one in Constipated Spawn is out of contention. They're not.
Yeah.
In my mind, I don't understand why they made it, but it's really nice. A very Frazetta vibes.
Yeah, for
Jonah,
sure. Yeah.
Jonah Hex vibes.
Mhm.
Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool overall cover.
And just and very, very Western vibes, which
Mhm.
you want the gunslinger. So
And I like.
I mean,
I like.
it looks. This would look awesome, like as a poster, even blown up.
T-shirt poster.
Yeah.
I like the birds.
Really dig the imagery and how hazy the background looks. Yeah, I agree. I love the vultures in this too. The placement, again, like there's a great composition here with these skeletons in the foreground and just everything. The brains being blown out of his head, just splattering. That's just like that's the icing on the cake for me. I thought that's just the right amount of gore added.
This actually might be my favorite cover thus far.
I can see that. Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites.
Really, it's a timeless piece. You
Mhm.
could take that piece, use it as a cover, and then use it as for the trade as well. That's the kind of freaking piece it is. It's a nice.
There you go. Naman's
Poster.
gonna order himself a poster of this.
You could do a lot with this piece. I like this piece a lot.
Jay says it's a bit flat, needs more separation to make it pop. Yeah, and like
Well, that's
Katie
why I
said,
said
that
that's
could have
great.
been the scan or again, I think this one was done digitally. I'd have to go look at it a bit closer. I don't
He's
remember.
definitely right about making it pop a little bit more, but at the same time, you adjust the saturation a little bit on the colors and play around with some highlights. I think that's all you need to do to make this really work well.
Moves your eye around the page and every part of it is interesting.
Whoever drew this understands layouts.
Yeah. Yeah, now that I'm looking at it now, I honestly don't remember if this could have been done traditionally, or digitally.
I think I can't tell because I can't see it blown up, but
yeah, I'd have to get a closer look at it.
now don't get me wrong. Looking at these really up close might give us a different impression of it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking at this like, holy shit! Look at that cover sitting on the rack. That will attract me to go get it.
100%. Yeah.
A little Magnola. Believe it or not, it's got Joe Kubert vibes on it too. OG Joe Kubert. The way see all those demons and skeletons and stuff like that are put together. It's got stuff like elements of that.
Okay, so actually he's got a time lapse. This was created digitally. But I think this is exactly the kind of digital painting I really like because it has honestly, it looks very traditional. And Yeah, it's just great. Just a great piece.
See, that's the way to do digital art the right way.
Hmm. Little Magnola-esque.
You don't get that plasticky digital look to it. It feels organic. It feels natural. I like it.
Frog Brother says every single one of these is 100% better than anything I can do, so I'm good with whatever. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Jay says I like the layout. What's going on, Sir Lester Griffin, who entered the contest as well? Okay. Yeah, so did I. I did not win either, Sir Lester.
And I did
Um,
not. That's why I'm being more critical
yeah.
than everybody else.
Yeah, you can tell it's not your average comic for sure.
No, I like it. I definitely like it a lot. I
Oh,
think that
100%. You'd have to like a trade dress would oh, I don't know. You'd have to put it at the bottom.
listen, you can make a trade work on that. The Virgin could work on that.
Mhm.
Poster could work with that. It's a good cover.
Yeah, yeah, looks like he did it digitally. So, yeah, very good piece. I love this one.
And you know, I
Uh,
hate digital art, right? Yeah,
right.
I'm not a big fan of it. I'm impressed with it. I like it.
Hmm. Okay, so this next one, Isaac Sanchez again with Gunslinger. Now he submitted 2 Gunslinger pieces, and I don't know, which one they picked as a winner. So I put up both of them.
See, this
And
is where I
honestly,
don't
I
like.
can see either one of these getting picked. So
All right,
I don't know
look
what
at the
you
one on
think.
the right. Look at the one on the
Mhm.
right. I
Yeah.
don't like that digital plasticky look.
Hmm. Right.
You see what I'm
The
talking about?
coloring. Yeah, I know what you mean by that. Yeah.
And the one on the left is a poser cover again. However, at least he was creative with the background and made it look cool and
Hmm.
pulled you right in. I don't mind that kind of a poser cover because there's some, there's some thought process to it. I like the one on the left better than the one on the right. The one on the right looks way too plasticky for me.
So I the piece on the right, I think is I think it's a really cool drawing. With the tentacles, I think it's a good composition. I do think the one on the left is a better cover. And yeah, I also love the coloring a lot more on that one.
I mean the dynamic movement on the one on the right, great. I love it. I love the whole busting up
Mhm.
the table, the tentacles flying from all over the place.
Yeah.
It looks like I don't know. It looks like some kind of fake thing that was plastic. I don't know. It looks like a toy come to life.
It's a really cool action shot though. Um yes, Sir Lester, yeah, I did hear about Robot 9000 who who I haven't got to yet, but he is on this list.
I like the one
Uh
on the left better. Definitely. That
yeah.
definitely my one the better choice out of the two. But they're still not better than the previous one.
Oh,
I like the
thank you.
previous one
Yeah,
better.
absolutely. Thank you, Sir Lester. Um I am on Instagram as actual Dracula. And this is New Comic Journey. This is Sir Lester Griffin and
Well,
Griffin
on
Third
IG, I'm New
Power.
Comic
All
Journey.
right.
On here, I'm just plain Comic Journey.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Don't get me started on why. Just roll with it.
Yeah. Uh oh yeah, so Katie said there's so much happening on the right one. I have to super get in there to figure out what's happening. It's a little busy. Um
I'm wondering if he penciled that
but
before he did it all, if it was all done digitally or if he penciled it. I that one pencils would look so much better. I think the
mhm.
coloring fucks it up in my opinion. I mean, it's vivid,
Oh,
bright
so
color.
so you think it would be better in black and white, this one?
I just think that the coloring on it has fucked it up.
Okay,
I
yeah.
made it plastic.
Yeah, fair enough. White mask contrasts with shadow fallen on the mask. I'm not sure what you mean by that, nah, man.
Yeah,
I
right,
like
right where. Look, he's right. Look where the bridge of the hat is on on the run on right. Look at
yeah.
the face. Where are the shadows? Where are the highlights? There should be more darkness going on over there. It looks like a.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see what he's saying.
It
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
fake. It looks like
Mhm.
somebody's wearing a plastic mask
Yeah.
under a handkerchief.
The cape, Ozzy says this cape is like something from Tim Burton. Yeah.
Mhm.
So there's the one on the left definitely has uh kind of that vibe, Mignola vibes a bit as well. A little bit.
And you always get bonus points whenever you draw a horse. It's not easy drawing
That's
horses.
true. Yeah. Um Brendan just noticed they turned over the poker table. Yeah.
It's a
I
great effect. It's a great look.
yeah, yeah.
It's just the finishing on it kills it.
Hmm. Yeah, so I'm all about the green cover, and I feel like that's the one they actually picked as the winner. Again, they didn't say which one it was, so uh
And easy.
I
Put
I'd bet
a
yeah.
black spawn headdress right on there. You're done. Covers there.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that one's pretty cool. I like this green one. Um Now this one
What the
I
fuck is
really
going on
like.
over here?
Uh, Andre Meister art. Uh oh, sorry. Anyway, Sir Lester Griffin is saying you followed both of us. New comic journey. You're a new comic journey on Instagram, right?
On Instagram, but I'm normal
Yeah,
comic journey here on YouTube.
just
Appreciate that,
just
Sir
comic
Lester.
journey. Yeah, yeah,
Regular
absolutely.
comic
Thank you.
journey. But on
Regular. Yeah.
but on Instagram, I'm new comic journey. New.
Yes. Yeah. Not to be confused with any of those other fake comic journeys.
Listen, it's not about that on this show. We're gonna be talking
Yeah.
about this. There's plenty of time to talk about that.
There is. Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah.
If I was buying this as fine art on
Mhm.
painted on canvas, I'm with it. I'm digging it. I'm loving it. I hate it for a cover.
Mhm. Why is that?
Walk 10
You
feet backwards and take a look at that cover. Tell me if you could differentiate anything that's happening there.
yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. Um Katie likes this. I like it too, but yeah, from a distance it's gonna be very muddled.
You don't know what the fuck you're
Yeah.
looking at. Like it took me a good 30 to 60 seconds to focus on it and see what the hell I'm looking at with
Mhm.
this thing. It,
Uh s-
paint on
Sorry.
canvas, love it.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, this one I'm pretty sure is just a painting. I don't know what he used exactly. But Frog Brother, there's actually 20 winners of this. Um, Originally there was just going to be 4, one for each week, but I guess there's so many entries. They went with 5 winners in each from each category. So there's 20 winners, and um, there might be some AI thing. But yeah, this is gonna get very muted during printing. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um. Mhm.
It doesn't work for a cover. It just listen. You got to be a real big name artist
Mhm.
to pull off putting a cover like that and getting people to want to buy it. It's tough.
Y-
Again, you give me that on a nice 24 by 36 canvas, so I could put it
mhm.
on my wall. I'm in all day,
Yeah.
all freaking day. I would buy that. I would love it,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Sir,
I'm not as a cover.
Sir Lester says the green in the background reminds me of Neil Adams' Ra's al Ghul kidnaps Robin cover. Yeah, I think I know what you're. I think I know what cover you're talking about. Um. Yeah. Yeah, that should be against the rules. Yeah, so yeah, like you were saying, if you were a big name artist, you could maybe do a cover like that. Well, look at Francesco Mattina, who did all those Batman covers that were way too dark. Like by the time they got to printing, they were so muddy and dark that it kind of reminds me of this, and like that's what would happen to it.
Yeah, but
Um,
the thing about the Matina covers, there are
mhm.
some highlights, there are some spots
He has a
where
bit
you
more
will
contrast. Yeah.
help it pop a little bit. This is completely muted. Complete.
Hmm.
This you need to see it up close and enlarged to really appreciate it. Like this, I could like I'm telling you, in a nice 24 by 36 canvas, admiring it on my wall, I would enjoy the fuck out of this painting. I would
Hmm.
love it. But having it on a comic book, I don't know. It's like the diarrhea page,
Yeah.
not the period page. How about that? We'll call that.
Yeah. Um, I I don't know. I think not so much the DC versus Vampire covers, but he did some Batman covers that were really hard to make out just
Mhm.
any detail because it got too dark and muddy. Yeah.
I'll give the guy credit though for going
Uh, mm,
completely off the like reservation while putting a cover like this because this is not something you got to be
mhm.
really comfortable in your art style to submit something like this, and it seems like
Yeah.
he's really comfortable in this style.
Yeah, I think the style is excellent, but yeah, Brandon agrees. Looking at it from a distance, it would be tough to tell what it is you're looking at. But up close, yeah, I think it's awesome image. Um,
Cool as fuck,
really
not
like
for
the
a comic
style.
cover.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Yeah. Uh, okay, here we go. Thomas Mason, aka Mental Studios. Um, and this one he did color himself. There's the inks, nice clean inks. Really like those. And then his coloring, very simple. I like it. He just did it's classic
Very
Western
1800s.
poster. Yeah. I like this a lot. Um, this looks professional to me. The work is like the quality of the work. It's excellent drawing. The line work's excellent. Yeah, I can see that as a cover. This
It's
isn't my
fun.
favorite. It's not my favorite piece, but it's just really well done.
This is
Really
like a
well
really
done.
fun cover. You could tell the guy
Yeah.
had a good time drawing this thing.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
I like it. I like the green effect on the smoke from the gun holes, from the
Yeah.
bullet holes.
For sure. The bullet
Enjoy that a
holes.
lot. And I
Yeah.
like the
This
fact they
is.
went super bold on the green compared to the other muted colors. I love stuff like that. Like
Hmm. And
there is a
actually,
name device.
what was great because CJ, you would if you check out this post, you would love what this guy did because not only did he give you the ink, he also posted two versions of the colors. So he um he posted this like the muted Western style poster
Mhm.
version, but then he also did one where the colors are like fully saturated, where he basically removed that kind of old west look to it,
I like
and
this one a lot.
it looks good too.
I
Yeah.
like this one. There's only one big issue with it. Very big issue.
What's that? Yeah.
That's that trade dress is gonna go right over the wanted.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah.
You should, if that got shrunken a little bit,
Yeah, they might have to do that. Um,
not like that though, because it's bleeding off. Like he might have to redo the whole thing.
yeah, I don't know where you would put the trade
Fuck,
dress here.
man. That's it. He didn't think that through.
That might be one of the only issues I see.
He did not think
Uh,
that through. This would make a great poster, by the way. It
yeah, it
would
would.
make a fucking great poster, a great Virgin cover. It would make horrible
Hmm.
trade dress cover.
Yeah, Um, I know unless you did that, like, well, they don't really do. They do that with Spawn, the like small trade dress. I don't know.
That's the only way this one would work with a small trade
Yeah.
dress.
Put trade dress right in the middle. Yeah. Yeah, the coloring works on this one. It would look sick on those weird paper covers like old style parchment prints.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is. You could tell this guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's drawn well. I don't know if he has any prior professional experience, because if he was a professional,
Hmm.
he would know to not have that wanted up there like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'll figure some workaround, I guess.
No, without making it look awkward, you'd have to redraw
I
that.
think they gotta. You might have to shrink it and add to the
Yeah,
drawing.
you have to add something to it.
Yeah.
You can't have it cut off that way.
Sir Lester
Beautiful
says,
cover.
I've
I
drawn
like
a lot of Spawn art now, but I've always had trouble drawing the chains. Yeah, you and me both. The chains are it's tedious work, definitely. Drawing those chains.
I'm digging. I like it. It's
Mhm.
definitely my top one so far.
Yeah, it's great. And this one I do agree looks much better with the color. Although again, like the line work's so good that you know
But see, that's the
that
beauty of
that would be
offering
a
both
really
versions.
nice. It's a really nice black and white variant for sure.
I don't know why more people didn't do that. Offer both versions.
Hmm.
You went
Yeah.
the extras, the thing to do the inks and the colors. Might as well send
Mhm.
both versions. You got them both.
Yeah.
Did you do that? Did you send one version or two colors? The black and white and the color.
Oh, when I posted mine, yeah, I posted the line art, the black and white and the color.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah. The only one I didn't was Gunslinger because that one was more of a painting, so I didn't have like separate line work. It
Yeah, you
was
don't have the
all
in between.
yeah, it was done more like a painting. Yeah. Oh, okay, so that's it for the Gunslingers. Now we're on to Scorched. And this is by Facundo Moyano.
This looks like it got freaking
Mhm.
shit out from the middle of the 90s.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? It looks like it like it got lost in time from like 1997,
Mm-hmm.
and then poof, it appeared in Scorch.
This one I'm deciding, I like, I like it. It is very 90s. Big ass gun is a major focus of this, so
It's cool for bubblegum art, but
yeah. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, this is not my favorite cover out of
the
all this stuff, but
the effects. Here's the problem: the effects are terrible. The blast effect that's coming from the gun, the green shadow that she has in the background, it looks unfinished. All that looks unfinished.
yeah, yeah, I don't know. There's something I kind of like that. Like you have the white background with just those kind of big splashes of color.
I like the big
I
splash
think it
of
works
colors,
for
but
me.
but it doesn't. You look, you have a pretty decent level of detail on the actual figure itself. You got the cross on the bottom. You got the ground that's going on, and then you got the blast, which looks like it's like, you might as well write "kapow" on there. It's like one of those
Yeah,
kind of, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's like one of those kind of like a sticker. Like, you ever see those stickers that they give you the kapow and the boom? That's what
yeah,
it feels like as far as that blast is concerned. I
yeah.
would have liked to see something that a little bit more connected to the rest of the art. It's good artwork, though.
It is. Salmon says it's giving him J. Scott Campbell vibes.
Well, that's why I
I could
said
see that. Yeah.
it got like blasted
Or
out of freaking Gen 13.
a Wildcats cover. Yeah, definitely. Aussie Wildcats cover for
Mhm.
sure. Real Scorched covers aren't much different. Yeah. I've never read Scorched, but yeah, I've looked at some of the covers. That's true. The rules said you could send as many covers as you wanted. Yeah, you can. You could have.
Very bubblegummy. I appreciate it. I don't think it should have won.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean this one. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's a good cover.
It's cool.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about this one.
That's about it.
Yeah.
I'm not like over the top impressed.
Mhm.
I'm not. It's cool.
Yeah. This one is a little different by Joe Chain. Joe Chain 90 on Instagram. This is probably one of the.
Is that AI?
This is not AI.
Very looks like AI.
It's definitely one of the more basic covers. Very just simple. Not a lot of detail, really. To speak of. This one looks most like sort of an animated character.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a cartoon. Yeah. And yeah, I mean it's okay. It's not, yeah, this isn't like I don't love this one either, but I don't hate it.
If I saw this on
Uh,
some self-published book of a guy just starting out and made that his cover,
Mhm.
cool. I'm
Yeah.
not. It's not screaming a McFarlane art book to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this doesn't scream Todd McFarlane to me either. Yeah, or Spawn at all. Brandon says it's a kind of basic. Yeah, it's very. Yeah, there's just no. It's like very basic animated character. There's no no
The
details
other one was
really, just outlines.
the bubblegum cover from before was way better than this, even though it had those issues with the effects.
No
Way
life.
better.
No life for Naman. It doesn't make me say, "Oh shit, I gotta pick this up." Yeah, that's it. Same here. I would not bother picking this book up if I saw this.
Again, if this was done by like somebody that just started, as an indie book, and that was their art and all that stuff, fine.
Mhm.
I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, and
on a McFarlane book that's been around, an established brand, no.
Mhm. And I wouldn't pick this up not because it's bad or anything, but because it doesn't look like something that would interest me. I would assume this is just some kind of generic sci-fi action book or something, or like a video game comic. I don't know.
If this was a cell from an animation or traditional animation, oh yeah, it'll look great. This kind of work on animation cells look beautiful. Not for a comic book.
Mhm. Yeah, it's pretty basic. Yeah, I actually like. I will say I like the face. I like the face and hair. I think that's working really well.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I don't see anything bad about it. It's just not good either.
Mhm.
Like it's not great. It's like just like eh. Again, if this was part of storyboards for animation program that they wanted, beautiful. It'll work out beautiful.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
for McFarlane comic.
Yeah, that's it, Cliff. There's nothing really that like grabs you particularly about it. Face is a 7, body is a 5. There you go. See? I have to agree with that.
More highlights might have made it work better. Like I feel like he might have stopped too early on this one.
Yeah, maybe ran out of time. Yeah. Or that's just how, I'm not really familiar with Joe Chain. This could just be his style as well, very like an
Yeah, I mean, if
animated
that's his
style.
style, that's his style. You know what I'm saying? If he's
Mhm.
doing it, but not for
Yeah.
that book.
Yeah.
Not for that book.
All right. Now
Oh,
this is
hell yeah.
more my speed here. Cuber Ball, which that's a very interesting name. Never heard that name before.
Cuber Ball, you say?
This I like a lot more.
Now, this is what you expect. This is the kind of artwork you expect to go on one of these covers.
Yeah. And see, now this one's definitely more eye-catching. It's over the top. Like, look at her hair. That huge 80s hair with a very 90s costume. And
The arm gets lost though. Like you don't see where
yeah.
the arm goes as far as the one that's holding the gun.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of see. This is what pisses me off. I love this piece. I
Yeah.
absolutely love this piece. The fucking guy could have put some color in there.
It would look it would look good colored for sure.
You know, like that pisses me off, man. Like everybody else is putting the color in there, and like this guy, he has such a great piece. He gives it inked. He should have taken the effort to try to
Mhm.
color a little bit of it and submit both, so they
Yeah.
could see the like. This would have been, I don't know, like with the right colorist on this, this could have looked beautiful. Like really, it's a beautiful piece, but
It is and this is I really like this kind of style where you have these real clean lines, simplified elements like the fire, clean lines, and then like the soft rendering. All of that together is very Adam Hughes. I mean,
Mhm.
this kind of screams Adam Hughes to me, which is okay. I think he's influenced a lot of other artists.
And as far as
Uh,
black and white inks, I think this one is
Adam Hughes
better than.
or even Mark Brooks, similar kind of style. I
As far
like.
as the black and white inks that we've seen so far, this is in my personal, I think it's way better than the Sean Connery. Uh, even though I got to think for skulls and shit like that. Like this is a much, it's a much more detailed piece. You cheat a lot with the using the negative spaces and the blacks on the other style.
Yeah. I'm
There's no
not
cheating
missing
here.
her arms. I mean, she's got those giant chains that are cutting her arms off. I think
That's
that's
the problem
what's
because there's
happening.
no color. There's no
Yeah.
color and there's no like you're looking at it from a distance.
Mhm.
You're losing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you put a little bit of
Yeah.
color in there to highlight a few things, it would have made it look so much better. This guy's got talent. This guy's really really good,
Mhm. Mhm.
and he's drawn her really
Uh,
really well. She's not like, over the top like she she's obviously drawn sexualized, but not like boobs hanging out everywhere and that kind of thing. She's done really well. Really, really nice
yeah.
piece.
Yeah, I really like this.
Fucking guy, man. Like the
Yeah,
lack of color
definitely.
disturbs me.
Yeah, reminds me of Sir Lester, reminds me of 80s Vampirella comics. Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, this is a good one.
Actually,
Um,
this may be better than some of that Stephen Hughes stuff. Blasphemy, I know.
who Adam Hughes?
Stephen Hughes. Remember Stephen Hughes that used to do the Vampirella covers in the 90s?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Blue or green rim light on the jacket would pop it out from red hair. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, CJ, you got to get this guy to color this thing.
What the fuck, man?
Cuber ball. Oh, okay. This one's cool. Nick Lizotte.
Okay, this is
This one's interesting.
way out of the ball, like way out of the stylization of what they usually do,
Yeah.
and I'm loving it. I'm loving this like big time.
Yeah. Yeah. This one's cool. It's different, very
Mhm.
different.
This one doesn't
Um,
fit their art style, but it could easily be a cover. Like this is like reminds me. Remember those Marvel imprints where it was the shittiest comics on earth during the 80s, epic comics and those
Mm,
comics they used to make, but the
yeah.
covers were freaking off the chain type of like painted artwork style cover. That's what this reminds me of.
Hmm. Yeah. Um, yeah, it's really well done. I love it. Yeah, it's because it's got
And he colored it.
it's colored. Yeah. But I just love how, how she's fully in focus, and then the rest of the background is almost completely abstract, just these like shards. I think
Best,
that's yeah, this looks
best lady
cool.
spawn yet.
Hmm.
And look, he didn't even have to show any boobs to make her look that good.
No.
I like
Yeah,
it. I'm digging it.
this would sell for sure. People would buy this cover.
Yeah, it does get that Ghost Rider look, a little bit Texera kind of style to it. It's got. I like it. I like this one a lot.
Pencil it oh, they're talking about Jay Anacleto. Yeah, this would be a cool that could be a really cool Ghost Rider cover.
I'm
Yeah.
enjoying this one. I like this one a lot. So far, this is the best Scorch cover so far. Sorry, black and white ink guy. You could have been better if you colored it.
Yeah, I think this is my favorite Scorched one too.
We
Yeah.
got one more, right?
I think there's one more Scorched. Yes. By
Very
Jarrett
traditional.
Katz. Yeah. Yeah, this one. Yeah, I
Very
mean,
90s.
compared to the last one, this is just,
I don't like
um,
the coloring though. It's terrible, the coloring.
yeah, the color. I think the coloring is totally rushed. That's the problem for me. To he would have been better off just leaving it black and white, I think.
Or
But
offered both. He could have offered both. It's
yeah,
yeah. Again, I would have.
maybe he might have on Instagram. For all I know, he has it on Instagram. This is just the thing that I picked.
I'm
But
a terrible colorist, and if I was submitting to this, I would have offered the black and whites, and I would have put a
Mhm.
note. Here's my attempt to color.
Hmm.
Enjoy. That's what I would have put, like something along those lines. Like, I want you to see both versions, but I know my strengths and my limitations.
Hmm. Yeah,
This,
like Ozzy, I think like the coloring looks like he was like just didn't finish it or just rushed it. Yeah, I think the drawing, I think you know, it works. It's a pretty loose style. Um and I like the bike, the pose on the bike with the chain coming
plasticky
at
too.
you. It's good.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
look, it looks plasticky.
Hmm.
There's no even grip on the tire. It looks like an
Right.
inflated balloon tire.
Yeah. Yeah, so this yeah, I mean, this is I think this is a
I, I, you
I
know
think
what?
it has a lot of this is another one that has potential, but
Oh yeah, with the right colors on this,
yeah,
he could have went to town on it.
seems like more time spent on the bike than the girl. Uh
I don't know about that,
right.
but
Okay, Guy Forge in the house. What's going on? Look at this guy. Oh, we also got Scott Hoarder's Hide. Yeah, thanks for showing up. Showing up, guys. This is
hello
awesome.
there.
We're just going through these Spawnuary covers here. Um, Katie thinks it's very gem. Just needs to be finished and some color changes. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
This is
Oh, it's called a tread, not a grip. Yeah.
whatever you want to call it, man. I'm just telling you, it looks like a fucking inflated balloon painted black. I'm not digging it.
Hmm. Yeah. So yeah, this one didn't really do much for me either. Um, I would just move on to the next one. So now we're on week 4, which is supposed to be villains. But here it appears we just have Spawn.
There's no villain element to that.
Uh,
That's just like, I don't feel like drawing the Violator, so here's a Spawn.
Or yeah, I think he had labeled it creepy Spawn. Maybe that's another version of Spawn. I know there
Is
are
he ever
other,
not creepy?
there are other versions of Spawn that are kind of like Spawn basically, but a little
Wh-
different.
All right, show me which one
So
is
this is
Happy
Danny
Spawn.
and Gracia. Yeah, I don't know where Happy Spawn is.
Very Bjorn.
Yeah, this does look like Bjorn Barons. Definitely, I can see that. I like it. I think it's pretty good. I really like the background, especially the creepy trees.
Fits
And,
fits like
glow.
this could easily slide in between issues and one of
Mhm.
those covers, and you won't miss a beat. It fits every single element of what Spawn is.
Mhm. If you guys didn't know, Jay Ryan is the official gem streamer on YouTube. Oh, I'm well aware of that.
Mhm.
Official, yeah. The bottom half looks short for the top half. Yeah, maybe.
Well, he's a little bottom heavy.
Yeah. See, yeah, Brandon, this is where I got confused because it seems like when it came to the villain category, they kind of just forgot all about that and just picked whatever they wanted.
Actually, if you look closer, he's
Yeah,
really not that bottom heavy. It's the placement of the fucking chains that fucked him up. He's got a chain riding up the crack of his ass.
yeah. Yeah, this is like Sleepy Hollow for sure. If you made Spawn headless, it may have worked perfectly. Yeah, I like this.
Like if you
It's
move that bottom chain higher up,
mhm.
it won't look as bottom heavy. Or get rid of it completely.
Yeah.
I would just keep the one chain. And it will look symmetrical.
Schlub is so upset his design didn't make this category. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I thought Shelby did one of the best gunslinger spawns as well. I think he was robbed.
You know what? This one I like it, but I wouldn't have put it in there because I think
Cuban guy.
it's too much of a fucking cheat, man. Why you? The thing is villains. You know,
Mhm.
it's come on. He's got so many villains he could have picked, and not for anything. Spawn's villains are very easy to draw. They're
Mhm.
all fucked up
Uh,
creatures. You don't even have to be anatomically correct. You could draw a violator with bones and shit popping out of everywhere, make him look insane, and you don't even have to worry about being correct as far as the anatomy, because he's a fucked up creature. You know.
yeah, is it guy's still going on about Sleepy Hollow over here. All right. Yeah. You gotta do this. Add the horse to it, guy.
There you go.
Yeah, I think, despite it not being really a villain, I like this. I think it would make a good cover.
It
Uh,
definitely fits the criteria as far as
yeah.
Spawn covers, not villain covers,
Mhm.
not villain covers.
Yeah.
Spawn covers, yes.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I think he looks appropriately menacing. You got that really creepy background. I think the background is honestly the best
but
part
that's
of
the way
this.
fucking Spawn always looks. He looks menacing
Yeah.
every fucking time. He's a fucking monster.
Yeah.
He's the devil man.
He is. This one, oh shit, I forgot about this one. This one is another contender for
That is fucking
my
interesting as
favorite.
hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck is going on over here?
So again, this doesn't really apply to the villain category because this is he labeled this artist Caleb Addy, DJ Space Invader. he just labeled this as a Spawn cover. So I'm assuming this is supposed to be Spawn with this demon cape. This one is crazy. This is one, the one I saw. I was like, this one might be my favorite as well because it's so different. It's so good.
Artistically,
It's
I love
scaring
it.
Guy Forge away. He's got to go to bed now.
I like that look. There's a lot going on over there.
Yeah. This one's just really cool. Spawn isn't white. That's true. That's true.
Well, maybe if he loses all his blood, he turns white.
Yeah, this is just a fantastic horror cover.
He's right. Actually, he's right. He's not white. How did Todd let that fly?
Yeah. Meets Spawn meets Hellraiser. Oh, Vampire Hunter meets Devilman meets Spawn meets.
I was so focused on the blood cape. I didn't realize he's the wrong race. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love the image, but he would lose just because of the fact that he missed such a big point on the character.
Yeah. I love the hand grabbing his wrist, and yeah, it's just such a cool image.
I mean, they could digitally
really well done.
clean it up and alter the colors on there and make it work, but that's a big boo-boo. That's a huge boo-boo.
See, Jay, exactly. It looks like he designed a cover for a horror book, a horror novel or something, and just labeled it a Spawn piece, which honestly is fine with me because I think it really works. And again, the villain category, I think they just completely forgot about that.
Is that true, Hoarder's Hide? Did he go back and forth as far as being white and black?
In the early comics, Spawn could change back to human form as a white dude. I honestly have no idea.
Hey, if that's the case, then I stand corrected.
I'm not heard of that.
I'm not going to pretend that I know the entire history of Spawn. I know him as a black dude.
Yeah. Make Spawn white again. Yeah.
Really cool image. I'm digging it.
It is. Yeah, it's awesome.
This might be. I like this one. I like the sunset one. As far as just layouts and everything done well. Yeah, those two are my favorite layout covers so far.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this one.
Beautiful. Again, something that looks like straight out of one of Frank Miller's works.
Guys still not liking it. All right, let's move on to the next before we give Guy nightmares here. But yeah, I think we both agree this one's fantastic.
Tell him to have a margarita. He'll be fine, Guy.
Yeah. All right, so this is Jared Tree. Again, he posted 2, so I don't know what one they picked.
Second one, I'm not even gonna comment on the second one. Get that one out of here.
So this they called I think it's Plague Spawn.
That's a cheat.
Is a villain. I don't know.
That you know what the second one is? That's the kind of cover you make after you're already established.
The one on the right?
Yeah.
See, no, that's the one I actually like more. Whoops, I skipped the next one. I actually like that one more.
It's a really cool cover, but here's the thing. It's super fucking easy to do.
100% true. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to it.
It's super easy to do, and that's the kind of cover. You're established artist. You want to get funky. You want to get a little creative. You want to cut corners of 1 month and do something that's kind of easy but kind of cool. All right, you get a pass and you're able to do that cover, and people will love it. However, as a brand new guy that has no reputation and stuff like that, you need to demonstrate and show your art skills, and that you're not showing that with this. You're showing that you know how to put layouts together as far as a visual effect. Great visual effect.
Yeah, it is that effect that makes me like it more. I just like, I love bold negative space covers. I also do think it was just better executed than the one on the left.
The one on the left is like
Yeah.
what? What is that supposed to be? Like a death metal type of
I don't. I'm
homage,
not sure. I'm not sure
right?
what
Isn't
that
there like some
is.
kind of death metal Batman that laughs kind of a cover that looks similar to that?
Yeah, I think so. Um. Oh. Speaking of white spawn, Sir Lester says Al tried to restore his face, but wound up becoming a white man. Yeah, I did not know that. When he first saw Wanda after becoming Spawn, he was a blonde white guy.
All right, then I stand corrected. Then
That sounds kind of familiar, but it's been so long since I read
same here, man.
that.
Uh, Same here. So I stand corrected if that's the case.
First one's good, except for how Spawn looks. Spawn doesn't look that great. Both of these have been done countless times.
She's not wrong.
Yeah.
She's not wrong.
Katie loves pointing out how all of your ideas are unoriginal, and it's true. It has been done before. Yeah. It's not easy to come up with new ideas. This is why we do this over and over again.
There are no new ideas. There's
Yeah.
old ideas that you turn into yours.
Mm-hmm. And try to improve on them, I guess. But
Just put your spin on
yeah.
them. That's basically all you could do.
Anyways, these they're fine. Like the one on the right, I would, that's a cover I would buy just because I like it, but it
I
wouldn't. It
wouldn't.
doesn't.
It does not impress me whatsoever. The blurred
It's-
out red in the bottom is
Mhm.
very like a very lethargic type of way of doing your work. You know, it's
Yeah, that's yeah.
I don't know. Again, what did I say before? If it's something that I feel I can do very easily as an amateur, I don't give
Mhm.
it that much credence as far as being a submission for something of this caliber.
Right.
Now, the one on the left actually has more detail, more work into it.
That's
From
true.
the aspect of actually putting work into something, yeah, you got that. But it's got that digital plasticky look to it, and I'm
Mhm.
not digging that.
Yeah, so that's fair. Okay. Yeah, so those I think this is the last of these oh no, maybe one or two more. Anyways, this is Daniel McNamara with the Violator cover here.
He's a
Clown.
professional, isn't he?
I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with him. I really like the ink drawing here. And he just did real simple coloring. I think it's something happened though. It gets blurry. I don't know why it got so blurry on the left side there.
I mean, this was
But I
all
like
done.
it.
The coloring was all done digitally. You could tell.
Hmm. Yeah. But yeah, very creepy looking clown. I like this. I like this drawing a lot. I would buy this cover. Yeah.
It's a good, solid cover,
Mhm.
and he
Mhm.
took a good stab at coloring it. There's definitely something off about the coloring.
Yeah. Um, Katie loves the black and white. It looks gross. It looks like he stinks, and I want it.
Well, she's not wrong about that. He does look
Yeah.
like a stinky fucker. I like it. I like it. And guess what? This is the first one that's actually a villain.
Yes, it is a real villain.
So even though I'm not a big fan of the way he colored it, I do love the inks a lot. I think the inks look gorgeous. And he actually hit the assignment. A villain, a Spawn villain.
Yep.
This guy, so far, this guy's got the top spot out of all these villain submissions, just purely because it's a villain, not a well done one.
Yeah, especially the teeth here and the mouth. That's really, really good.
There's something wrong with the
Really good.
coloring, though. What the fuck is? What is it?
I don't know, especially how it got so blurry there on
think
the
you
left
got
side of
effect
his
happy.
face. Yeah, I don't know.
You see, with the eyes, even with the eyes, like
Mhm.
you're losing a lot.
Mhm.
The mouth has a lot of detail, very, very like you could see the contrast, everything like that. The right side of the face is like nice and and you start losing it across the face, and you start losing it in the
Mhm.
body as well.
Yeah,
The hair's nice.
yeah,
He did a nice job on the hair.
yeah. The hair is good. Overall, I think it's really cool.
I like this. I like. Listen, I would love to see this guy draw more villains.
Yeah, it looks like he lost a lot of the. Yeah, it's all blurred out. I don't know what happened there.
I think he got filter and effect happy.
Pretty
That's
good
what it looks
Violator
like to me.
cover, but with how the inks are, maybe brighter colors. Michael Janon's colorist would work well. Yeah. Yeah, I
No.
mean this. Yeah, just the inks are so good. So yeah, fix the
Well, he's not
color.
Mikkel Jennings, so let's not Mikkel
Mhm.
Jennings shame him.
hmm
This is a
Uh,
great Violator.
this is a good one. All right, so do we have any more? Oh, okay, so now we've got to the final winning submission, Mr. Robot 9000, and
Anyway, you can make that a
this
little
is the
bit
one.
bigger. Slightly.
Can I zoom in on that? I don't know
Is
if I
there any
can.
way you can do that? If you can't, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I have this in Google Slides. I don't know if I can zoom in. Hold on. What I can do is add
Don't
another
worry.
one,
Don't
maybe.
stretch yourself out. I'll look. I'll put my face close.
Anyways, so these are the submissions from Robot 9000, and I believe the one on the right is what was picked as Violator, right? You also have this one, the Heap, on the left. Now, Naman's loving this, saying, "Holy cow!" Now, Naman, I don't know if you're aware of this, but Robot 9000. If so, the deal with this guy was, if I had just seen these pieces, I might have thought nothing of it. But when you go to look at Robot 9000's account on Instagram, he is an AI artist. Literally every other, as far as I can tell, piece on there has been made with stuff like Mid Journey. It's AI generated artwork. And so the issue there is that it was stated in the guidelines for this challenge that no AI art may be used, and this guy uses AI art uh, all the time. That's what he does. So there is definitely a concern there, right?
Can
A
you
prompt engineer.
figure out whose work this is based off of? Because I'm picking up some elements of some artists right now.
Okay, well, I mean, if it's AI generated, it's picking from all over the place. But so
Yeah, but
this,
there's some features of this artwork that's very, very distinct. Very distinct.
so here's the thing with this. I'll come back to these here. Because these, he said, if you could see it at the bottom, he removed these posts, by the way. And these were screenshotted. I got these screenshots from Bigby McFly. Shout out to Bigby, but he had taken these screenshots before these things were taken down.
Why? Because everybody started shitting on him for doing AI art?
Exactly, yeah. But you see at the bottom here, Look Ma, no AI versions created with Procreate. So he claims that these two pieces were created with Procreate. Now, as someone that uses Procreate regularly, my personal opinion is, do these look like images that could have been made in Procreate? Yeah, they could have. But can I say that with 100% certainty? No. No, I cannot. And the one on the left, especially, there's elements here that I think are some red flags. But I'll go back to those, because here's another one that he said was made with Procreate. But you'll see this particular style, which is a very, I would say this is like in the style of a lot of concept art, which AI draws heavily from. And you see AI art created a lot in using a very similar style to his Cygor here.
Mhm.
And then these gunslingers, which are just, these ones are 100% AI generated. I
Did
think
he
he
submit
even
those?
says as much on there.
Did he submit those?
I don't know if these were submitted. I don't know if these were counted, but these ones were AI generated. Yeah, this is Robot 9000. He could easily prove it by playing the Procreate replay video. Yeah, that's true. If he has the time lapse recording of it.
And if you're gonna be running a competition like this, I would suggest that he would have wanted to keep that recording, just in case he ever got questioned.
There's guy's fucking horse right there. Yeah. So you gotta put that horse in his, what's it called? Sleepy Hollow thing over there. Anyways, so
Listen, for AI art, nice pieces.
okay, so yeah, I mean, here's the thing is that have I seen some AI art that looks cool? Yeah, absolutely. But you know, I'm not as far as it goes, like it's not something I'm interested in using at all. It's not what I do. It's not what I want to do. I also don't really feel threatened by it because it's not preventing me from making my own art at all. And so if this Robot 9000 guy wants to make AI art all day long, that's his prerogative. But the issue is, if these pieces were entered into the competition and he didn't actually make them, then it's an issue that he won for sure. Let alone being entered into the contest. Yeah, and there's
There's a
nothing wrong with.
trading card set
Mhm,
that was released in the mid 90s
mhm.
that has, especially on that image on the left, that has a very, very similar image to that. I forgot who made that. Was it Bjorn? Was it Jusko? It
Hmm.
was one of these. It was one of these death dealer type of situations.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's kind of a bit of Simon Bisley in there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely,
Yeah. Hey, what's going on, Roscoe?
absolutely. I'm not.
So,
I'm not a fan of this, man. Like the images, they're striking. They're cool to
mhm.
look at. But if you're gonna have a machine do it for you, is that really you doing it?
No, and so the issue, everyone was upset when if you go to the, like, Todd McFarlane's page or other people posting this stuff, people are, upset that an AI artist was one of the winners picked, and rightly so, because that wasn't allowed. You know, when I first heard about this, you know, I wanted to kind of look into it myself before I automatically, you know, threw someone under the bus. You know, looking at this, there was some red flags. I mean, first of all, um, aside from the spawn pieces, everything else appeared to be AI generated, except for these couple pieces he said he made on Procreate. Everything else was like mid journey. Everything else.
Listen,
So
if he truly made this through Procreate,
yeah.
by himself,
Hmm.
you know what? Kudos to you to make yourself look so much like AI art, because
Right.
that's not an
Um,
easy thing to do. I guess from scratch. But I'm not feeling it. Like it's a cool image, but
okay, so regardless, even if even if we say he could prove he made these, you wouldn't be into them as covers, though, because
you know what? You know what it is? It's the digital aspect of it that's bugging me. And I've
right.
said that I've been very
Hmm.
consistent throughout all the pieces that we've seen. When I see s this one has less of those plasticky elements that other ones they did,
Hmm.
which makes it a lot harder to to look at. But like I want to see the strokes, I want to see the brush marks, I want to see all the stuff like this, like a piece like this. It's like an ink wash type of piece that you should be looking at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, there were, you know, I'm willing to give this guy the benefit of the doubt, and you know, at first, because like I said, these do look like pieces that someone could have made in Procreate. But there were some red flags, you know, with his account. First of all, like I said, everything else being AI generated. The fact that he had 15,000 followers, which are clearly bought because all of his posts, um, his average posts had like 20 likes on them by the same accounts. And then, you know, this one, I've just seen so much AI art that looks like this, but I've also seen a lot of, you know,
No, I've seen artists draw like that.
handmade. Yeah, I mean, it just looks like digital art in general. So I was trying to kind of look through this and see if, I don't know, are there any? Yeah, there's nothing definitive I can say about it that makes me think it's one or the other.
Honestly, it's hard for
Um,
me to make that determination whether it's truly AI art or not. But the
yeah.
problem is the guy's track record and the fact that I think
Mhm.
in his case he should provide some kind of proof to show and justify
Mhm.
that it truly is procreate, like the way the worm said. He could do the time lapses and show that he did it all on his own. And I think that would put a lot of the doubters like ourselves right now you know, to shut up.
Mhm. So this one I was looking at. If you look at the details in all of this cybernetic stuff on him, you know, we look at the stuff on the left compared to the stuff on the right, and how it's just kind of, um, you'll see things aren't quite the same. They're close, but a little different. This is something you see AI do a lot, is like when it comes to specific details, it tends to just muddy them, or when it comes to repetitive details, it will like, you know, it won't be symmetrical. It won't be the same in areas where it should be. So that was a flag for me. Then again, Cygor, not Cygor's cyber stuff is never symmetrical. He's an asymmetrical character. His stuff is never designed perfectly. So that could be have been done on purpose too. Um, AI messes up symmetry exactly, and so that, you know, that was a red flag for me here with this Cygor, which he said he did in Procreate. Again, this one, I think he even wrote, it's gone now, but I think he did do that with Midjourney. So then this one, I don't know. I'm the thing is, the guy took these posts down, so who knows? Who knows for sure what the deal is with this?
Well, let's
Um,
be honest with these. They look cool, right?
yeah, I
They're
mean,
cool images, right?
yeah.
They're not over the top hard to do.
hmm
If you know
Well, I
how to,
mean, I could recreate these if I wanted to. Like if
yeah,
I just I can copy these and do my own. It wouldn't look exactly the same, but I could figure out what he did here. You know.
like I could take either one of these within 1 hour by hand and put together something comparable in black and white, not colors yet, like in within the hour, but within an hour, I think I could duplicate the same effect that he has on those things by hand. Because you don't see. It looks like there's detail, but there's no. The truth is there's not a lot of detail in these images. It's a lot to do with the coloring that you're dealing in the shadows.
Right. So
A charcoal
there's
pencil will go a long way trying to recreate these.
yeah. Oh, so I was in a chat this morning, and
And I'm not taking away
Mark
anything
Mark
about that.
Mark Legion had mentioned that this guy wrote it's cut off in the screenshot, so I don't know. I'm going by what Mark told me, is that it said he was doing this just for fun, but he still entered it. Technically, it got entered into the competition because he used the hashtags, and so it may be an oversight. And the fact that is if there is indeed AI art that won, it may have been an oversight by someone at McFarlane Productions. Yeah, first of all, it doesn't look like the Violator. Yeah, you're right about that. It doesn't really.
That's not a violet. That's a kind of fucking mesh with the universe kind
Yeah.
of monster.
But honestly, so I can't say anything definitive about this, especially since, yeah, if I like looked at this under the microscope, I don't know. I'm not even sure that I would be able to then. So,
It's a shame.
I don't.
It's
It is a
that-
shame if it is AI. Here's the thing: if this guy legitimately did these himself, and the rest of his art is AI, then there's no issue really, as long as he entered according to the rules. Then he has as much of a chance as anyone.
Did he
Or
enter any other pieces other than these?
I think it was just these three: the Cygor and. See, he did these, but I think I don't know if these were entered. I don't know if he used the hashtags or anything on those, because that one was definitely AI, and yeah, so I'm not sure.
It sucks because if the guy really did do it on his own, we're sitting and criticizing the guy. But that's what he gets for freaking sitting there and making all that AI art and putting it out there.
Yeah,
He's kind of bringing it upon himself right now.
You are. Ozzy says, I'm curious what Todd stuff wouldn't go to the IG pages of the artist to see some other details or info. Yeah, I would imagine that they would, but especially with the finalists, like obviously they couldn't do that with everyone because there's thousands of entries, but they came down to these final, what is it, 20 winners? You'd think they would have looked into this guy a little bit closer.
Then again, you know how Todd McFarlane
So
is.
I'm not sure.
But you know how Todd McFarlane is. He might look at it as like, this is cool. You know, he might
Yeah, the coolness might the coolness might override everything,
he
right?
might just think it's cool as fuck,
Yeah.
and then you know.
Yeah. It does. It looks a little like AI mimicking watercolor. Yeah, it does. So,
Well, AI is really
and
good at that, actually duplicating watercolor effects.
it is. Yeah.
Really, they're really like some of the best AI stuff I've seen was mimicking watercolors.
Due to his track record, he needs to show proof. If none, then he should be removed from the winners. I have to do clear name and show the proof. Yeah, I agree. That yeah, thank you. That's
1,000%.
that's well put, well said.
1,000% agree.
Now, this guy, I don't know. I doubt very much that's going to happen because this guy removed these posts and yeah, I don't know.
Well, how do you know that?
Who know?
Were these posted onto the McFarlane site?
No, like no, nothing was. All he did
See,
was
that's odd. Like,
post.
wouldn't
All
you
he did
think?
was post the list of winners.
Wouldn't you think that the pieces that won should have been attached to the name that he listed?
I think so because it wasn't specific. It was just the list of the winners'
So what
names.
happens now? You have 20 winners. Now what?
Now I guess they work with them to
All of them get a shot?
apparently they are supposedly you're supposed to get your cover published eventually. Yeah.
All 20 people? I thought it was supposed to be one person.
Yeah, they changed it to 20.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Cheap labor.
And maybe if it comes out that they think this is AI, maybe they just don't publish his work and that's that. It
Or
could be as
put a
simple as that.
put a big
Yeah.
stamp against the cover and say AI generated.
Or they could and just be like, you know what? I'm Todd McFarlane. I can do whatever I want,
Because it's cool.
But because yeah, like and you know what? He's got every right to do that, and it's like if you don't like it, don't buy it. So
Honestly, if he pulls a stunt like that,
he's gonna piss a lot of people off if he does.
yeah,
that.
I'm gonna be one of them because I really don't
Yeah.
support anybody that openly and actively support and promote AI art. And I would expect him to be a lot different considering on how much of a struggle he had in his career to get himself going. So if he turned around and actually you plastered an AI cover on one of his books, I don't think
Yeah,
I'll ever
that's
buy another Spawn book.
yeah. That for me would be crossing a line because it's like I honestly couldn't. I don't give a shit how much AI art Robot 9000 wants to create, but if someone like Todd McFarlane goes and makes his AI art a cover, then that's kind of a slap in the face of all of the actual artists who put in all their time and effort into making
It,
actual art.
it's a slap in the
Right.
face to all the artists that actually put the work in.
Yeah.
It's a contradiction to the rules because in the rules it clearly stated no AI art, and
Mhm.
it's a kick in the nuts to the entire artist community, which he's part of.
Yeah.
So
I mean, are you familiar with Dave Raposa? He phenomenal artist. So he worked for years and years for there's a few different companies he worked for. I think he was it Wizards of the Coast he just left. He does a lot of did a lot of fantasy art for like Magic the Gathering and stuff like
yeah,
that, and
I'm definitely probably familiar with his art.
he's a comic book artist as well, and so he was one of their top artists for years, and he left earlier this year. he just quit because they were advertising. They'd put out some advertisements that used AI art, even though that's a company that's always supported artists. So it's like you have so many artists at your disposal. Why are you using AI art? And so he
Because it's cheap
left.
as fuck. That's
He
why.
just quit, and now he just like is making comics, his own comic book, and the artwork's incredible.
With his
Yeah, so
style, the magic and the Dungeon and Dragon stuff and all that kind of
Mhm.
fantasy art, freaking AI regurgitates that like
yeah,
like nothing else.
yeah, it really does. Yeah.
It's a shame. Listen, I have a bias as far as my disdain for AI generated art being used. Uh, I don't support it. I don't support people that actively, openly support it themselves.
Mm.
I don't support it that people use it as a crutch for their lack of talent. And I also don't support stealing IP from people because that is what AI is doing.
Mm-hmm.
It is stealing people's intellectual property and merging it into their own. It's one thing for you to actually take your hand, your hand, and actually try to mimic something in a style and put it out there and say, "Listen, it looks the same, but I drew it by my hand." And that's because I don't know, Jack Kirby influenced me and I like to draw like him. That's different. And it's different to have a freaking machine, almost like it's a Xerox machine for digital imprints, and just boom, zoop, 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 just push out images, stealing pieces from other people's art. I'm not a fan of that in any way. I don't.
Yeah,
I stopped supporting channels that openly support AI. I stopped
Mhm.
supporting IG
Yep.
things that,
Yep.
that do it. If I catch wind that you're openly supporting AI art, I don't want to have anything to do with you. You know, it's just not my thing.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I'm not going to stop anyone from doing it. People can do whatever they want, but don't expect me to, get behind it. I'm sorry, I'm not going to. I think it's
Well,
a
you're
bad
taking a
idea.
lot nicer and political approach to it.
Mhm.
I say it very bluntly and very openly.
Mhm.
You lose me as far as any kind of enthusiast or follower of what you do.
Mhm. See here, yeah, Norn, I don't support AI in any art form. AI should be a tool for science. It's not for art, not for writing. Um, yeah, I can't disagree with that.
I remember
Yeah,
when the
that's
first AI generators were coming out,
Mhm.
I was fucking around with it so much. Just
Sure.
to see what it was all about, just to see how it comes with, in the early days when it was coming out with like forearms and all kinds of crazy stuff. And I was having fun making fun of it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
right.
But then all of a sudden I saw people like legitimately taking it and using it
Mhm.
to gain
Yeah.
for monetary gain, and it bugs me when you're taking an image that's might have been Beasley's and have a machine manipulate it to make it your own. I just that bothers me.
I think well, the stealing thing doesn't bother me. I don't think it's good. It doesn't bother me as
You
much
also look at a
only
guy that's
because
invent.
humans steal other humans' artwork all the time.
Well, yeah, you also talking
It,
to a guy that's actively
AI
against
just does it
public
more
domain.
efficient. AI does it more efficiently, way more efficiently.
And
Yeah.
without the without the element of actually doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
How many
Yep.
people you know that light box? That's a
Yeah.
form of stealing, but at least they're freaking using their hands to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Brandon said if McFarlane printed an AI cover, it would sell to comic fans. They would see it as a notorious piece of history where a big league creator essentially said AI art is okay. It would be a marker of the downfall. Yeah. If if we saw that, that would be.
Well, I wouldn't be
We-
one of the supporters that
I
actually
wouldn't either.
spend my
No.
$2.99 or whatever the hell Spawn is going for right now to buy it. I would not be the, and it could be one of these
True.
books that hit the moon and be worth $10,000 for all I care. I don't want to. I don't want to have a piece of it.
Yeah, same here. Anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. We've been going almost 2.5 hours. That's crazy. It's just flown by for me.
I think we were being kind, right?
Yeah, I think so.
You still think Sean Connery's piece is the best piece of the night?
So let's go through them all very quickly once again. So, you let me know what your favorite is as well, and
I got
everyone in the chat.
I got two that I'm like really split between.
So yeah, okay, it's good. It's not my favorite. This one might still be my favorite. I think it might be this one, Shane Connery, aka Sean Connery. There's that one. No. This one was cool too. I really like this one.
This one and the other one in the forest, the Sleepy Hollow one,
Yeah,
are really like the most on target Spawn ones.
It's really a great Spawn cover. There's the pastel one. This too.
That's one that I'm stuck on.
Yeah. Those are okay. This was cool, but
if it was in fine art, if it was on canvas with oil, I dig it. Like,
there we go. We got Shane Connery, Vogue in the house, mentioning he did do a color version. Okay, so there you go, guys. Because I just posted the I don't even think I
see, that was the only.
I don't know if you saw the color version, but yes.
That.
So because you were saying, yeah, you want to see a color version, well, you can. It is on his Instagram. So thank you, Shane.
Thank you very much.
I'll just
Sean Connery.
I'll just pull it up right now. Why the hell not? Because I want to see. I feel like I saw it, and then I just totally because when I was putting together these slides, I was just grabbing kind of the whatever I could as quickly as possible. It was kind of last minute, but good to see you, Shane. Yeah, so far your cover's my favorite, man. That's what we're.
I'm digging.
Well, now that he's here, it's 100% my favorite. Now there are some definitely. There's a lot of. There's a few that are absolute top contenders, but I love this cover so much.
This one I'm digging the hell out of. The only thing that bothered me was the color, lack of color. Just as a final submission.
He has a color one.
I'm gonna take a look at it, and maybe that will alter my impression of how I feel. As far as the black
there you go. You know what? Okay, so I screwed this up because I do remember seeing this when he first submitted this. Okay.
As far as the black and white inks, this one and the lady Spawn one, the black and white lady Spawn one, those two, these two are the best black and white inked pieces I saw.
Okay, give me a second here. I'm going to do this. No, I'll just do this. Hold on. Where is my other window? Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing. Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, there is so much some really talented artists here. And window. Is that okay? I can't. Yeah, I wanted to zoom in on that. Anyhow, there's the color one.
Oh, let's see that. Are you able to zoom?
You For some reason, it was not making the look. It's not making that bigger.
You can't do
Why?
this with your fingers and make it zoom.
Not on this.
zoom,
Not on
zoom,
this. On
zoom,
my iPad, I can.
zoom, zoom.
What if I make it full screen? That doesn't help.
Helps a little.
But yeah,
Yeah,
see,
you see,
I like the
he's
color a
doing the
lot.
shit I was talking about. Remember,
Yeah.
to be subtle with the colors and not go over the top
Yeah.
of it.
Did I just lose that screen? Okay.
He actually did exactly what I was
Thanks.
talking about. What I felt was needed on that piece. I'm gonna go take a look at it closer when
Yeah,
after.
but yeah, I really like the colors. I mean, I love it black and white as well.
I'm digging this too. It's not Spawn to me, but I just like the image.
Roscoe, you're a winner. You're a winner in my book. So
This
Yeah.
screams. This just sparked to me.
so where were we? Oh yeah, Kevin's here. This was really great. This one was awesome.
I like that piece. There's two
I
other
like
pieces
this
that I
too.
really dig like a lot. I love this piece.
This too, yeah.
But he fucked up on it. I told you where he fucked up.
Yeah.
There
Right,
you go.
because you can't put the trade dress there. Right?
Yeah, that's the other black and white piece that I thought was like
this is really nice.
That's the other this one. This one
is this one your favorite?
This one, the one with the sun cover on the background, and the bloody cape one, the like people blood cape.
Yeah, which we're gonna get to. There's Sleepy Hollow. That's cool. Yeah, this one, man. Yeah, this one and Shane's, I think are my favorite.
I'm between this one, the painted effect Lady Spawn, and this was cool as fuck too.
Yeah.
And the sunrise one, just because I like the layouts. Like I like that.
Yeah, I think my top three I'd say are Shane's, and then the crazy horror cape, and then this one. I think this one would be my
It's
third.
really a shame though. Like truly a shame that Wanted poster one. He didn't think out the layout before he put it together.
Yeah, I mean, if they print that cover up, like, yeah, they'd have to do something with the.
He just like as standalone, no trade dress, looks great.
So Brendan says Edward Delandre and Antonio Lucci Spawn covers are my favorite, and Nick Lazzate's Scorched cover. So if you don't remember, I loved Delandre's as well. You know, that one was cool. This one, it's a very cool cover. Antonio Lucci, this one, yeah. And Nick Lazzate is this one, yeah.
I'm really digging.
Yeah,
that.
we're all in agreement with those covers there for sure. Caleb, Addy, yeah,
I like that.
These exactly. These are all great.
I give big points to innovation with the art. You know, like when you're doing something that's just a little out of the box.
I think that they both of them, Roscoe. I think both of them submitted pieces. I think you're right, but they didn't win. But I think you're right. They probably did make pieces for this. The Nick one.
I'm wondering if some of the pros got penalized for being pros.
That does look a bit like Jeff Decal, yeah. Who is awesome as well.
It's just a cool image, and that's homage, by the way. It's not. That is from, I think, from a Batman image.
This is so awesome. Yeah.
That bloody.
This reminds me of some of the covers for the Hellraiser comics too.
Well, that's not an original concept. I've seen a very similar look, but I just like the fact that they used that for Spawn and his cape. I thought it was just cool.
Oh, and here's Beckerman piping up to let us know he's got a Jeff Decal sketch. You been here the whole time, or you just?
And the black and white definitely works better. Like I don't know what it is that's bugging me about the colorization on this.
Yeah.
I love the way he colored the hair and
Hmm.
part of the face. There's something, I don't know what it is.
Jar Jar is a key to all this.
What the hell is that? Are you Jar Jar Binks me?
Yeah.
Goongas.
I don't like Jar Jar.
Goongas.
No. I hate Jar Jar.
Okay, so you get a Ryan Brown too. Okay. I want, you know who I want is the other Ryan Brown, the Irish Ryan Brown. I want some of his original art because his so-called sketches are like fully finished paintings.
I don't know. We got to see some cool stuff.
Yeah, a lot of cool covers for sure.
I'm slightly disturbed with the AI potential art being put in there. Listen, I hope the guy really did it like on his own, and we're just being critical of him because he does, all the shitty AI art. Otherwise,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, we'll see what happens. Yeah. You know what? I didn't get a chance to make you an intro, CJ.
Why not?
So I just didn't. But since Roscoe is here, I'll play his instead.
I didn't just splatter paint, I was my paint.
That's right. That's me.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I have to.
That's
I
him,
have
not
to-
me.
I have to work on one for you.
You want to show off your pieces since you showed off everybody else's?
Oh,
Or am I putting you on the spot?
my pieces. I don't even know if I have them on here.
What, you don't have a digital copy right in front of you?
No, I have. Oh, let's see. I don't think I do. They're on my iPad, but I could just pull them up here. Let's see. Yeah.
Might as well. The fuck? We spent the past 2 hours fucking praising everybody else. Might as well give you some kudos for your attempt in this.
I mean, here's. Yeah, it's too small. But if you go onto my Instagram, you can see it. There's my Violator.
Guess what? He's actually a villain.
Yeah, and then Gunslinger with a horse, right? And then Spawn. Just
You did a good job on that horse.
Yeah,
I know I
thank
told
you.
you that, but I got a thing with the horses. I
Yeah.
guess because I struggle with them so much.
Yeah. Yeah, go on my Instagram and look at them in
Well,
more detail.
Well, I've seen them already.
Yeah. I mean, anyone who hasn't.
I was just trying to, make you like brag on your own freaking show to show your
Yeah.
stuff off.
Yeah. Well, we better get out of here because Papa is waiting on us. He's gonna lose his shit.
What the fuck
If
is
he
he
does-
waiting on us for?
I think he's waiting to do his own stream, and he's
Why?
waiting for us. He's waiting for us to finish.
Why?
Yeah, if you don't follow me and you haven't seen it, that's your fault. Exactly. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know what Papa's doing, guys, but I guess go check out what his stream is what's going down there. Oh, he's doing a welcome home stream. He's back. Okay, that's awesome.
Well, welcome back, Papa.
So He's not here right now. He's waiting for us to stop to finish.
You want to piss him off? Just keep going.
Just go for another hour.
Or 5.
No, we'll finish.
Oh, he's live.
gotta go to.
He didn't even wait. He's live.
Oh, he
already.
didn't wait. Well, then take that, Papa. You're not gonna wait for us.
Fuck. Welcome back.
Yes. I gotta go to bed anyways. So,
Well, you go to bed, and I might go to bed too. I need to
yeah,
sleep. You know,
yeah,
being this beautiful isn't an easy thing. You need to sleep a little bit too.
yeah. I understand that.
All right.
Oh, there he goes. There's Papa.
There he is. Yeah. It's not my fault. The chat made me stay. Chat
Listen.
might have stay on.
I'm very sensitive about the size of my ass. All right, don't call me a little ass.
We're finishing now, Papa. We're leaving.
Don't
I'm leaving
buttock shame me.
StreamYard. I just gotta play. I gotta find a good outro video to leave everyone with. I don't know what it would be.
What a little boy, man.
That's freaky Louie for you. Okay. I did find something.
No.
Anyways, CJ, thank you for joining me and
thank you for letting me join you.
helping
and
me
criticize people.
with this critique. Yeah, I think it was good.
Yeah,
And
I don't think we were that offensive.
I don't think so.
We're nice.
Just giving our honest opinion. And if you
Except for
can't
the
take
Constipation cover.
if you can't take criticism, you'll never make it as a comic book artist. I know that much.
Freaking Super Seance Spawn cover.
It comes with the territory. There's no avoiding it.
That's right.
Yeah, so I think that's it. Chat. Thank you, everyone showed up tonight.
Good night.
Jay, Papa, Roscoe, everyone. And thank you for had a couple newcomers to the channel. Sir Lester Griffin. And of course, Shane Connery Evoke. Thank you for showing up. Appreciate it, everyone.
Good night.
And congrats again, Shane, on your amazing cover.
Yeah, congrats. It was a big deal.
I think that's it. You got anything else you want to say? Got anything coming up?
Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm ending the stream. We're ending the stream, or we're done.
We're leaving this. Yeah, we're ending the stream. And
That's right.
I think that's it.
That's it. And I'll put a video when I put a video. That's how it works.
Sounds like a plan. And I'll do the same. I do have things planned. I have a couple of videos. Probably or a couple of things. Yeah, I'll announce next week.
Roscoe's getting a little bitey.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, everyone. And I will leave you. Oh, that's another thing I didn't even mention. A bunch of those winners weren't even drawn on the template, so they kind of threw that rule out the window as well.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah. Oh, what are you gonna do?
But it looks so cool.
Yeah. I'm not gonna let that bother me. But thank you, everyone. And yeah, guess we'll see you next time.
to you and your house.